On this edition of Fashion File, in New York, the king of controversy, Calvin Klein, back in the spotlight with a hip and sexy collection.
I love the simplicity of it always. There's just no extra nonsense.
And the creative genius of designer Karl Lagerfeld.
This little Riva camera was my favorite.
We take an in-depth look at one of the great image makers of our time.
I like the idea that you can capture one instant forever.
And the allure of Parisian designer Christian Lacroix. Calvin Klein is undoubtedly the king of fashion controversy. He makes headlines. Sometimes that obscures the fact that he actually makes very simple, modern clothes.
Anybody?
I got to get it when I get it. He is one of, I think, a handful of sportswear geniuses, and since this is the sportswear moment in fashion, this is his moment.
There is probably no other designer who has had the impact on American pop culture of Calvin Klein. His company is one of the most recognized names in fashion, generating over $200 million a year in retail sales.
Well, it's not just his clothes, it's his whole vision of stripped down, modern, functional, beautiful colors, and stuff that you can keep forever, which I think is a modern mentality instead of the sort of throwaway trend dressing, which I don't think has anything to do with our lifestyles or economy.
I thought it was very minimalistic, and I thought it was a truly Calvin collection. I mean, there were no shapes that didn't look like they were appropriate on this runway. And the colors were really very beautiful. They weren't offbeat, they were just pretty. They were colors from nature, colors from the sky.
His advertising sparks flash fires of controversy, which continually put Klein in the media spotlight. The results are clear. His underwear and fragrances have become hot commodities with teens and the Generation X's, stimulating sales of over $100 million a year. And it obviously helps that the ads he creates are so provocative and challenging. How do you feel about his advertising campaigns that are always getting him into trouble?
Well, Calvin's always had advertising that's got him into trouble, and I think that's part of his brilliant marketing. I mean, sure, it gets him into trouble, but it gets him all the headlines, and it sells whatever it is he's trying to sell. More power to him.
Calvin is not afraid of the media spotlight, but this season he chose not to chat after his spring collection. No interviews came the orders from on high. But of course, everyone else in fashion has something to say about the man who is one of American fashion's most famous names and faces.
It's very modern. I mean, really, Calvin always surprises me. He comes up with something beyond modern, and I just loved it. I thought it was really, really beautiful. I love the tunics, I love the long pants, I love the evening dresses at the end. There were a million things to wear in it. I loved it very, very much.
Calvin's got a lot of new direction. I think he interpreted some of the trends that we've been seeing in a really sophisticated way. You know, Calvin is so good because he takes ideas, he makes them very wearable. The new low-waisted pants, I think they never looked more wearable. He had great double-breasted jackets and shirt jackets. I think that it's a really, really good, modern, elegant way to dress, and women are going to feel comfortable with it.
Calvin is really in tune with the times, and I think that women don't want a lot of fussy clothes or clothes that kind of enter a room before the woman, and he really understands that.
Coming up on Fashion File, an in-depth look at one of the most influential men in fashion, Karl Lagerfeld. It was a mad scene outside the Industria Super Studio in New York. This was a party for the man who has done as much to shape fashion in the 20th century as just about any other designer. Who else could that be but the prolific Karl Lagerfeld?
He has an incredible vision of fashion. He always comes up with new things, and anything he comes up with actually becomes fashionable.
It's amazing how he manages to keep something alive and young and fresh without it getting trendy. He's sort of a master at that.
He has this ability to sort of, to be a critic and to be someone who's an instigator, and I think that's great.
Most designers, when they do more than one line, it all kind of eventually looks alike. But he's able to focus and do new, exciting things, and also he moves fashion forward.
You would think designing ready-to-wear collections for 4 separate fashion houses would already have packed Lagerfeld's calendar, but his creative urges are clearly harder to satisfy. Lagerfeld is also a very accomplished photographer, and this exhibition, titled Visage et Paysage, featured over 60 portraits and landscapes.
This little Riva camera was my favorite.
We took a personalized tour of the exhibit with Lagerfeld himself the afternoon before the party.
And this is in Paris. This is my house in Paris. I like the idea that you can capture one instant forever. I just do it like blind, guided by some interior feeling. It's very strange. And I have one vision, and I don't even take a second photo.
You just do one shot.
I do it one shot. I'm very much against people who do 300 shots. I think we're in a period where people overdo that, and then on the end they don't look anymore, huh? I don't believe in second options. There's one thing I see it this way, I don't see it another way, and I don't even try. I don't want to. I can make a mistake, it doesn't bother me. But I have one vision of things, I don't have two. Snow photos I adore, and snow used to be a normal thing in the northern part of Europe, even in my childhood still. What I like about cameras too, the bad taste of today escapes the camera. They're all beautiful, I think. Huh? There are the few really beautiful objects left in our time. Huh? Really? I'm mad for cameras. Huh? I could buy a camera every day. This is what I like about fashion, and this is what I like about photography, and this I like about the beauty of the girl and the faces of the girls, because they capture that. They are the icons of beauty for the moment we live now. This is what I like about the girls. Except that I like their personalities and the person of the girls too, because I don't like to work with people I don't like. Huh? If I don't like them, if I don't care for them, I cannot photograph them. Huh? Then I get bored very quickly. Huh? When I met Nadia for the first time, she was totally unknown. Huh? Had a little overweight, strange proportion, but I knew the second that this girl would be a big star, because she had the little thing what makes it different. Huh? Linda, she has something unique like Nadia aussi. I mean, they're unique girls, huh?
What is it about her that keeps her remaining fresh, do you think?
Because she is giving herself, huh? And she renews herself. Huh? Like she changed the color of her hair. She likes what she's doing. Huh? She loves her job, and she is a girl who never falls into routine or something like this. Huh?
She's very professional.
Yes, but professional is already a word I don't like, because you have the feeling she's really giving something, huh? Not selling something. That's the difference, you see? There's a difference between giving and selling. Nadia gives, Alex gives, others sell. Different. Huh?
Lagerfeld's power and influence in the fashion world is immense. One place he has really had a lasting impact is in the world of modeling. Ask any supermodel working today, and there's a good chance they'll credit Lagerfeld for giving them their first break.
Karl booked me for the Chanel Couture show before I was anybody, and it's a moment where everyone sees you, and it's someone that's so powerful, and is saying, I like this girl, and people respect him, and they respect his opinion.
He's very creative, he has so much energy, and he doesn't stop coming up with ideas. And at the same time, he has a lot of sense of humor. He makes us laugh a lot.
Someone asked me whom actually discovered you. I said Karl and Peter Lindbergh, because those were the two people that booked me. And I did the Chanel campaign, and I was like thinking, wow, how incredible, to work and meet with Karl.
Miss World is telling the story of her life.
Miss Universe.
Miss Universe, but Miss World and Miss Universe is the same thing.
You don't think about in the end that it's something that's important. You think about that it's great to keep up your relationship with the whole clan, because they're all really wonderful.
You're aware of the impact you've had, though, on fashion in our time.
I hate this trend, especially in Europe, to go to homage their own past, the revival of their own collections, what they did 30, 40 years ago. Who cares? Nobody wants to know that you're in fashion for such a long time. No, I'm very much against it. I like the moment, I like tomorrow, and I like a vague souvenir, but I don't like retrospectives, homage, and kind of funerals where the people who are buried can go to.
This is a man who, like James Brown or the artist formerly known as Prince or any great genius, lives in a world of his own creation. And, the more adventurous he becomes, the more creative he becomes, the bigger his check becomes and the farther he goes. And in terms of being humble, yeah, he knows he has to be humble because he's always taking the next step. He's always taking a risk. And that will keep you humble, and that will keep you on top, and that will make you the best. And I think that Karl is one of the best, and I'm very privileged to have worked with somebody who is really part of history as much as, Christian Dior or Charles de Gaulle. Karl will not disappear.
Wow, he made it happen. I mean, he just brought back the idea of the Chanel woman wearing real Chanel clothing, not fake, not rip-offs. He doesn't rip off, he creates. What he takes, he might take from the streets, but never from another designer. And he does that for 4 different collections, as well as taking photographs. The man, simply put, is beyond a wonderful designer, wonderful photographer, wonderful friend. He is a genius. First genius I've ever met.
Kevin Aucoin is the one person in this industry that I can honestly say can perform plastic surgery with makeup.
He has the kind of personality that makes you believe in whatever you're doing. So by the time he's finished, you're ready to do the picture.
He's made a multicultural look available and accessible and applaudable. It's not elitist, his makeup.
I'm going to throw up.
Meet the most in-demand makeup artist in the world, New York's Kevin Aucoin.
Okay, we got it.
Revered in the fashion world, Kevin has worked with every top supermodel and done everyone in Hollywood, from Roseanne to Janet Jackson. Now you can find what's inside the mind of a makeup genius in Kevin Aucoin's book, The Art of Makeup.
So when you say this, you have to have in mind hair, heels, nails, makeup, okay?
I still can't believe it. Somewhere in my mind, I'm still 16, living in my, parents' house and dreading going to school tomorrow. So everything that's happened since then still seems like some kind of dream. I still can't believe that I'm doing what I'm doing, that I'm being paid for it, that I have this great life now. I have a fabulous boyfriend. I have, this incredible book that's come out, and I'm going around the country and meeting people who stand in line for hours just to have me sign my book.
God, I'm so nervous.
Don't be nervous. Every person that comes, I feel very enthusiastic about getting to know who they are, because I'm so happy that they've been inspired enough or moved by either the biography part of the book or the photographs in the book, the makeup or whatever, to come out and say hello.
I've been following your work. I have your first cover. I have a scrapbook of all your work.
Are you serious? It's very, very touching and very, very inspiring, and it helps me to keep doing what I do. By doing my book, I tried to create a broader definition of what we consider beautiful by putting fuller women and smaller women, black, white, old, young, gay, straight. They're all in my book. And I think that if I can help broaden our definition of what we consider beautiful in this country, then that's my little 2 cents, my little part.
I'm very honored to present the first time a prize for the best makeup artist. Kevin Aucoin.
When I went to the CFDA Awards and I spoke about, what it was like growing up in the South and being gay, and that had a very big impact upon my decision to be in fashion. These awards have been going on for years, and people win, and predominantly, I would say, a large number of the people who win are gay. And never is it mentioned once. They rarely say anything about being gay or thanking anybody significant in their lives that happens to be a partner or whatever. I mean, I'd rather not have all this and have my integrity, you know what I mean? If it meant being honest meant losing everything, I'd still be honest, because I wouldn't be able to stand myself. So what's so exciting about being a makeup artist for me is that I can do something to help empower women, because I believe that it is feminine energy that's going to take us into the 20th century with some kind of health, because I think that masculine energy for the last whatever, all through time, has on some level led us to the point we are now. I know everyone's talking about how things are so bad, but people aren't really looking at the real problem. It's not that we have to get tougher with people, it's that there needs to be more love and more understanding and more compassion.
For Fashion File, I'm Tim Blanks, contributing editor of Quantum Life Fashion magazine.